Yep. Welcome. Another episode, Delite Side of Life. Yeah, I'm good. I hope you're good too. Away. I have a special guest today.
What up?
Yeah, baritone. Away. Andile. Random.
Your skeleton.
Designer.
Yeah, bro.
Last number.
Is that how you introduce me?
Thief. Right? That's the name of your brand.
A brand called Thief, yeah.
Say it again.
A brand called Thief.
Okay.
A brand called
All right.
Thief.
Dope. Yeah, my friend, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's cold today. Yo.
No, let's warm up. Eh? Huh? What?
Nah, nothing, bro. Nothing.
Anyway, yeah, man. You're a designer. I'd
Yeah.
like to talk design, art. Yeah, maybe I'll learn something. But yeah, what got you started as a designer? Like, yeah, did you always want to do this or?
Yeah, man, girl. You know how we black people are with clothes, man. Yeah, it's just
In the DNA.
the love. It's in the DNA. Yeah, it's psychological, I guess. And I just followed that path. You know,
Yeah.
going to Hillview High. You know, the guys who are about the diesel sneakers and you know, and you fall in love with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The diesel sneakers. Lady not guilty, nyan. Don't you know not guilty?
What
the
era are you
overalls?
from, bro? Like, nah.
Is that too long ago?
That was too long ago, bro. Like, that's so long ago, though. Not guilty. Yo.
Now
Not
you
guilty,
know.
my dog.
Now you know what not guilty is.
I do know what not guilty
Oh, but
is.
you just like I want to like that. It's not the one. No, my brothers used to wear that thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm asking about this because, yeah. So you did it because of what? Was it because of the passion, or was it because of money? And what stage of your life was it? Before varsity?
I think I actually got it from my mom because my mom does a lot of knitwear.
Yeah.
And she was also very fashion conscious, you know, so we inherit some of those things from our parents without even noticing that we do. So it was just one of those things where I fell into it and was like, I'm gonna study this, and
Oh,
the
okay.
rest
So you
is
knew for a long time. This is the thing.
yeah.
And you were doing a bit of helping her here and there.
Yeah, a lot of pimping, you know, like the pimpadi bogart. Do you remember that?
Oh, that's like the term for tailoring.
Yeah, it's upcycling jeans, but we used to call it pimping. You know, you pimped your jeans.
Pimp my jean, pimp my right.
Pimp my ride, yeah.
Nice. So that was passion, basically.
Yeah, that
Passion, what I really like. You didn't really look at the money.
I still don't look at the money today even, bro. Like, if you go through my Instagram, I'm not selling anything. If you want to buy it, you buy it. If you don't, you don't.
There's no prices. I've only now that you mention it.
I don't want to sell anything, man. It's just a means to get to an end, you know.
It's about getting your ideas out, I guess.
I mean, if you look at a lot of fashion designers in South Africa that are selling clothes, they're mad broke. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I actually wanna start my own school. I wanna you know, just the things around fashion, not necessarily the clothes. Because with me, it's about ideas, it's about design, and not the financial side of it. Because I've never look, man. I make money from clothes, but
Yeah.
that's just like a consequence or side effect of what I do. Yeah, byproduct. Yeah, that's the right word.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice. So I guess the best way to go about it, and any other passion, would be to have maybe passive income.
True.
And then you can just fully pursue what you want to. Everything else is taken care of.
Yeah.
Because personally, I think I'm very similar in that regard, you know, with my music. But then there are the other aspects that started mattering to me as I was getting older. When the food in the fridge wasn't just about my mother organizing it.
Yeah.
It was like, yo, dude, it's your turn. You know, or not that they'd say it's your turn, but they'll let you know that. Yeah, actually, in case you didn't know, I earned this much. Now suddenly they show you pay slips, so you can stop demanding, or you know. So you know, especially when you go the arts route, it's like, but there is less support. I mean, I was even saying to my mom in the other episode that if I'm becoming a doctor and you telling me I must be a doctor and it takes 7 years, even if it takes me 10 years, you have to have the patience.
True.
Because, mommy, I told you I want to sing.
Yeah, yeah.
But as an
yeah.
artist, they're waiting for that one failure.
But
The moment you fail,
I think
you
I
go
think
back to
it,
being
it,
a doctor.
it was the same with me with my mom, where she didn't want me to be a fashion designer, and she was against that whole thing. You know, you, my China 200 there. How much are you gonna sell the clothes? You know,
Wow,
and Kaboba 10 damn fan, and I walked in with 100K in a fanny pack, and I threw it in front of her, and it was like,
Oh, this was in the beginning of the journey.
and it was like, oh, okay, so you could actually make money with this thing, you know, and then
Even as a fashion design, a woman who was in fashion in some way, still didn't know about.
you get what I'm saying, because a lot of our parents don't know we can commercialize these things. I mean, people are making money off stuff that's useless these days, bro. I know this guy. They call him Bekele Bag. You know Bekele Bag?
I should know him. That name is dope, man.
Bekele Bag. So this guy, right?
Why did you laugh though?
No. Like,
There's a story.
no. This guy is just some guy. Kokasi, I think he's from the Val, and Bekele Bag or a designer piece. So when he walks past his he walks past carrying plastic bag so bag. So every week you do that and then post. You get what I'm saying? Now is
Oh.
He's getting gigs and you get what I'm saying. So
From doing exactly what?
from just walking past the guy
For being skim. No, he's like with him to do what?
it's just there because he's got the
Entourage.
influence, the clout. He's with the entourage. He gets bookings to show at gigs, you know. So we're living in times where you can literally commercialize anything.
Yeah, as long as there's an audience.
Yeah, there is an audience. That's a given. People are always on the lookout for stupid stuff, and if you can,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I was thinking like, dog, that's the safest job, man. Like no one knows it's you.
Bro.
Why not buy a suit now? Like, dance on
If I could
weekends,
dance, I was gonna be Batman, you know. But I can't dance for anything, bro.
Okay, so nice. Bekele bag. So in regards to okay, cool. You don't sell clothes. That's not why you do it, or you don't try to. That's not the objective. Does it become the objective from time to time? May I ask, is there another hustle, or is it this?
No, I think online it's a portfolio space. I usually use because I don't have a personal page online. I don't put my life online like that. I don't have pictures online.
Wabor.
No, bro. Like, nah.
Yeah, your life is boring, so we don't.
I've got a lot of things to do, man. And I'm old now, you know, so I really can't be taking selfies and so I do have.
Wait, when are you insulting people? Must be careful. I'm old. I don't take selfies.
Nah, like I bro, like if you go through my phone, right, I only have like 2 pictures of myself, you know, and
okay.
I think they always say that you're at the center of the universe. I like to believe I'm on the side and everybody else is on the center. You get what I'm saying? Because you learn more by watching other people. Because I learned to dress by looking at other people's mistakes. I learned to design by looking at other people's mistakes, how they got it right. Bro, I could be walking behind Autia Nyaope and the fit is right. And I'm like,
Yes.
okay. You know, you just remove yourself from the center and put other people at the center and you can grow so much. So about the side hustle thing, I do make clothes for Meba Manyalo, weddings. Because I'm actually a fashion designer, so...
Yeah, you studied, yeah?
I studied fashion design, yeah. So I do make stuff, you know. But the objective is never really to chase money. I want to build a strong portfolio and then go into the world with that. Because you can do so much more because a lot of people chase money, right? And you find yourself constantly chasing money. You're not building anything. Whereas if you have a good portfolio, you could walk into Woolworths tomorrow and ask for a sponsorship for something.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I feel like we haven't learned to commercialize our talents properly. because we literally the first generation that's finding out what it means to be a musician, what it means to be a photographer, what it means to be this and that. You get what I'm saying? And I think most of us are here to lay the foundation for the next generation and die. Because if you think about it, that Kwaito generation or those before them, they all died broke.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
They all died broke. They didn't have money to bury themselves. You get what I'm saying? Because they were there to lay the foundation and die. The only guys that really, really have it good that laid the foundation, get my ANC.
And I like the fact that you mentioned that, because a lot of people mistaken what you mentioned for they were getting robbed back then and not now. But in the case of like an MT or certain people who clearly are still getting robbed by their record labels, there's still so much money to go around now compared to then. And even if you steal from me, I still have some on the side.
True, and there's more information too.
That's exactly what happens in the States. Like no one, like whoever, Taylor Swift, whoever, their contracts are not nice. And but there's so much available right now. Right?
And also like there's more information now. Like you think Brenda Fassie knew who the Masters gang?
Yeah.
A lot of us didn't know about masters until recently. Like, you don't own your masters, man. It's like, hey, masters. You go on like, oh, masters. Oh, okay, he doesn't own that. You get what I'm saying? So, I think what we need to make sure that the next generation has is information, not money. Information. You get what I'm saying? Because even with money, without information, you're screwed. But somebody that has information without money can do more.
Nice.
You get what I'm saying? So, it's a game of information, bro. It's nothing else.
Okay. So not moving along, but so do you think that people shouldn't chase the money, right? Especially in the arts, because it's all about expression, right? Identity. Do you think that what does it compromise if they do chase the money, for instance? What do you think the
I have a little bro of mine that's a model, right? And what I realize is that he didn't care about modeling, bro. Brian, shout out to Brian. He didn't care about modeling, and he got all the gigs, bro. And I know there's a kid called Luke. All Luke wanted to be was a model, and he didn't even get a single gig. And I feel like if the art comes from a good place, it attracts good energy, and you make the money. Like we said, money is a byproduct, especially in the art space, right? If you look at dudes that have had the biggest songs for the last 15, 16 years. It's just kids playing around in a studio. Do you think they got together and said, let's make a hit and make money?
This thing is going to sound like this.
They were playing around with music and it just happened to land. And I feel like art should come from a good place. It should come from a good space. And if you look at Makosa, one thing is really getting right is putting out contemporary African narrative, right? We don't have those in place. We don't have we haven't evolved Spanzula to a point where it can reach markets across the world. You get what I'm saying? What Makosa is doing and what we should be doing as artists is what do we have? What can we do with what we have? Right? Yes, trap is dope, but Java can do more in his mother tongue.
He's done more.
Majosi has done more with an album in a mother tongue than most of these English rappers will ever do.
I can't comment. I personally can't.
No,
I'm not doing more.
Look,
I have an excuse, but
look, I think,
but I feel it. I agree with that notion more than what I'm doing. But I wish I could sing in my mother tongue, like fully, so that I could do what I want to do. But I'm not gonna halfway it.
But the thing is, it's not necessarily about your mother tongue, because language is language. What sound, culture are you carrying? What's the sounds, the culture? You get what I'm saying?
What you wearing in your videos?
Pro Kid would rap in English, but you'd hear that Soweto in the English raps. So language is not necessarily that important. Language is literally a carrier of content, a carrier of culture. And if you understand how, because I remember they asked Achinua Achebe why he doesn't write in his mother tongue, and he was like, my mother tongue has so many dialects, right? That if I had to write in one dialect, I'd miss I'd miss 90% of Nigeria.
Damn.
But the meeting place is English.
Yeah.
And I can still carry the same ideas in English.
You touched on something that exactly why, but I guess there's other reasons. But it's why I was telling someone else, like, all the first world languages usually have just one official language. America, English. You know what I mean? China is basically first world. The way maybe they'll call it third world because of the other reasons, the imbalance. But I mean, every progressing country on that level is one. You know, the whole of Europe, each country they speak their language. They're not trying to cater, and you must feel at home, and that's the going way.
But if you look at how languages emerge, right? The Zulu clan was one clan. The Sotho clan was one clan. Halwiwa. Then other dudes by Nagotabeng, they were like, we're not going to speak like they do. And if you look at isiXhosa, it's a Nguni language that is Khoisan influence. So it's a Khoisanoid language. Hence the
So
you get what I'm saying?
It always came from there.
It came from there. It comes from separation. You get what I'm saying? So if you look at England, you would see wars to keep the clans together. Look at how the South in America tried to move away from the North and start their own country, and the Northerners were not having it, and there was a war that was fought. So one of the reasons we have so many languages is that the kings of the time allowed for separation. They didn't say, no, little brother, you're not taking my people away. I will kill you and my people will stay. You get what I'm saying? So all these languages, Swati, Ndebele, it's a Nguni language. Somebody allowed for there to be separation. And when there's separation, we hate each other because you don't sound like I do. I hate you because you're Zulu. I hate you because... That's what separates black people.
Individualism. Okay. Back to individualism. Art. So another thing, do you think that when people chase money, right, designers in particular, it compromises their art, they dumb it down, they fit in because this is what the client wants, I'm not doing what I want per se, or you know what I'm saying? I'm listening too much to the audience or the... You know what I'm saying?
I think
is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing?
Look, man, the world is at a place now where you could be hot for... Because I remember I was watching a high snobiety documentary on social media, right? Where one kid was like, I know a guy that trended online for 30 minutes. The whole of England, he was trending. And after those 30 minutes, he was gone. Nobody knew about him. So when it comes to art, you need to be...
Men so hot.
Those niggas, you get what I'm saying? So you need to be very careful as an artist not to water yourself down. Because remember that
you have nothing to cling on to once that's
you
gone.
Get what I'm saying?
Like at least go back to yourself if you left with nothing.
You get what I'm saying? Find your narrative, find your niche. And then stick with that. Because if you look at most artists that have a niche, I remember watching a Lupe Fiasco interview where he says that I can tour across the world because I found that niche.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Like
I stuck to what I know, and I can tour across the world. I can go to any country. Bro, Lupe Fiasco could be in South Africa in 2 weeks, sold out. Because he cultivated the niche. He cultivated that market. So it's very important as a creative, as an artist, to carry a narrative, to carry an idea that people can relate with. And even if they don't get you now, bro, like a lot of artists die broke, but years later they finally get it. It's like... And
you're right, because there's still the risk of failure even when fitting in.
True.
So I failed though because I was trying to fit in, and now that I didn't, you know what I mean? I've tried to fit in, it didn't work, but now I'm left there, with no purpose.
True.
At least let the one purpose be yourself. It's very similar to like dating. When why are you laughing? Anyway, like dating, when you change for the next person, to fit in, to instead of showing who you are and rather having things go your way, or you molding your ideas or creating your type of relationship, you're just trying to fit in. By the time the relationship is over, you feel lost.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
understand
Because
what
you
you're
were
saying,
changing
but
to fit in, or
but
to have this success in relationship. It's similar to having the success in career or fashion, as opposed to finding yourself and making
true.
that a
I
success.
like that you use the relationship analogy.
Yeah.
Because without even knowing it, an artist has a relationship with one that receives the art. So you need to find that balance.
Yeah.
I'm very careful not to create for myself. I'm very careful to create from a place where I'm creating with my creating from experience.
Yeah.
Creating from a place where I know hore autista peli will understand this because we have mashobane in common, and that's the common ground. You get what I'm saying? So art is literally like a relationship. It's a collaboration between two or more people. You get what I'm saying? Like your music has to touch people for it to resonate, and it's very important that you create with that in mind. Because a lot of artists are snobs. You create for yourself, and you don't create for the next person, and you want to carry a narrative that won't resonate with the common man. That's why a lot of artists don't make it.
But so can I ask? Isn't creating for yourself automatically always creating for someone else? Because there's always someone else like you that
You know,
will relate. So
I-
even if I am a snob, I don't think you meant it in that way. But let's say I live in a certain neighborhood and maybe the majority of people don't live here, but I have my cheese boy issues or whatever, or I live here, or I'm a nerd, and this is how I live life. I saw it with Kid Cudi that some people might look at depression as like, what the hell, man? Like you complaining about dumbass issues. But he found his market who like, yeah, man, I need those depressive songs. I can relate. I remember there's a girl I know of who was the biggest Kid Cudi fan. Only now that I'm older am I realizing, wait, was she possibly dealing with? Because I was like, why do you like Kid Cudi? Like he wasn't on, at the time. But so I think, isn't that automatic that you will always relate as long as you are yourself?
I think quite often subjects we touch on have a little niche. You get what I'm saying? You can only reach so many people. I mean, with Cardi, depression is something that a lot of people face. You get what I'm saying? There's certain topics that people aren't really interested in. Like history is one of those topics where nobody cares about history that much anymore. So you see it fall away from movies. You see it fall away from series, and it becomes a niche. You get what I'm saying? Because I love my history. I love a lot of historical shows on Netflix. But you need to understand as an artist, if you're gonna create, maybe they do it knowing that I'm only trying to reach those people. You get what I'm saying? Some artists want to be famous by creating for a little niche, and it doesn't work out.
Okay, cool. Your objectives need to match your actions.
You get what I'm saying? That's why the Yenos are popping, bro, because it's the Yenos.
Gary, you're thinking of a song right now.
Ah, bro.
Now I know what my next song will be. Thank you for that message.
Yeah. So that's being an artist, man. Finding out who you're trying to create for.
Catering, relating.
I think it's also some people are privileged enough to be able to reach a wide audience, like Drake.
Naturally.
Yeah, and Drake can reach a lot of people versus Pusha T, who can reach a certain amount of people. And I think the definition for success has become bigger is better. You get what I'm saying? Whereas at times small is good enough. Like you said with Cardi. I'd say music that reaches a depressed youth is more progressive. It's more important than music that's just frivolous and bitches popping bottles. It's music, but Cardi's music might not reach a lot of people, but it's doing the work. You get what I'm saying? Because good art is about informing and entertaining at the same time. And if you can find that balance, it's very important. But now what we're seeing is it's about bigger is better. You go, what are people getting from? Let's be honest. The sound is nice. Migos song is nice, but what do we take away from it? in the long run. And one thing I you need to be very responsible with art, because for most black youth, music is the primary source of information around sexuality, economics, how they view themselves, how they interact with women, their parents, how they interact with man. And if 9, 10, 11-year-olds are getting the information from a Cardi B, from a Nicki Minaj, what exactly are they consuming?
Yeah. What's progressive about that?
You get what I'm saying? So art is very powerful, the old cliche is very, because
I guess it's the easiest to consume, the easiest type of medium to consume.
And it's the easiest tool to brainwash too.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it goes both
I mean,
ways.
by default, you can unintentionally be consuming art. You can subconsciously be consuming art by just being in a taxi while you're talking to your friend. There's a song playing in the background.
Yeah.
Somehow it could really end up impacting your mind and you don't even know it. Whereas reading, other things really require more concentration to even get anything in.
Yeah, there's a guy that says that art is pollution, and musicians are some of the biggest polluters in the world, because they're constantly polluting. Remember that pollution is literally what we don't need.
Gotta must stop this podcast.
No, but what I'm
It's
saying,
a assassination on my character.
no, not on your character necessarily, but think about it. How many albums are dropping? How many songs are dropping worldwide on a daily basis, right? And how much of that stuff is anybody really listening to?
Yeah.
So
and it kind of like takes away from the stuff we should listen to sometimes,
yeah,
because people have only so much listening time or patience. So by the time I'm done listening, probably the next thing I was going to listen to was going to be what I should have been listening to.
Man, it's crazy. It's crazy that people always like when I have the art conversation, people try to bring their preferences into play. No, I prefer that. No, you don't prefer anything. It's what was given to you. You get what I'm saying? When you open your fridge, it doesn't matter what you prefer. It's what's there that you're gonna cook, and it's the same with the art of the times, right? Where people think they have choice. You get what I'm saying? If classical music was normalized, if that's what we'd be listening to, you get what I'm saying?
And amongst those, there is a choice, but in a small amount of things that are there's way less that's being revealed to you than what's available.
It's like
like you think you have choice on radio because you can go through these stations thinking these are the only songs in the world, but these are the only songs getting playlisted on radio.
True. Like I like to use food a lot, right?
Yeah.
When you walk into a grocery store and you buy cool drink and you buy cake and you buy the Zimba and you buy potatoes, you think you bought a lot of things, but essentially what you bought is sugar and starch, which are the same thing. It's the same exact thing. You get what I'm saying? You think you have choice, but all they're giving you is sugar and starch, and sugar and starch are the same thing. You get what I'm saying? So it's the illusion of choice that we think we have. You go into Spotify and you find so much music, you think I have choice.
Because like you said, the potato, it's still starch. So this music, cool, different beat, whatever, same message. Yeah, I get what you said.
Same message. Because there's a scholar that says that black music has to cater to these. He calls it the 5 elements of black destruction. It has to disrespect women. It has to endorse or glorify drugs. It has to be guns and violence are a necessity. Financial mismanagement is a huge one, and then maybe consumerism. If black music doesn't cater to that, they don't put it on. If
doesn't help the agenda.
It doesn't help the agenda. If black women are not naked on stage, they're not getting it. As much as we admire and love Beyonce, she did it naked. As much as we love and admire Nicki Minaj, she did it naked. Think about it. When was the last time a black woman in music got it with her clothes on?
I don't want to.
When was the last time a black man really got it without being violent, ignorant, without endorsing drug culture or gang culture? Think about it. When was the last time? I mean, worldwide. I'm not talking about in the USA only. Worldwide.
Yeah, I even want to think about like someone like a Jay-Z who would act as though, but he deliberately went that way, or not deliberately. Maybe he didn't know where he's gonna end up. But clearly, he had to start speaking about drugs and those things before he could be this wise guy, and we only maybe valuing him because of all those other things.
But
we paying more attention because we do know he does come from that.
But that said, right?
Yeah.
Jay-Z is not the best of us.
Definitely.
Jay-Z is not the best of us in terms of pushing.
But it's what they're putting out there.
I mean, if Jay-Z is the standard in terms of lyricism, then we're in trouble.
Yeah. Definitely not the best lyricist, because that's very
not the best rapper ever. Either.
Debatable. I think rap requires everything. I think it's like a vocalist. You can't say Beyonce's the best vocalist.
Yeah,
but
true.
she could be up there with the best performers because she encompasses everything.
Jay-Z,
great cadence. Lyrically, he's decent. He's quite good. He can compete.
I hear you. Yeah.
He has everything. Stage presence. He's present. I mean, what he says, how he says it, messaging, very well on a beat, very fly. I get in that. When you go to lyricism, yes, then I'll bring out the I'll bring up the Black Thoughts.
Okay, wait. Okay, let's not even go into let's. Cool. So yeah, conversation is Jay-Z, right?
Yeah.
When I think music, I think I have the right to compare a Jay-Z at his age to a Fela Kuti at the age of 26. Fela Kuti is literally the best of us.
Now, so you're just meaning in
I'm meaning art, bro. Like,
because I'm comparing lyricists with lyricists.
No. I'm
in hip hop.
Look, man. Whether you sing or you rap, how effectively do you get the message across? And the purity of the message is usually very important. One of the reasons I will always prefer Nas over Jay-Z is because the consciousness.
So
Jay-Z's music is void of consciousness and is a narcissist. It's me. You get what I'm saying? And for me, good art is the ability to remove me from the narrative and tell stories, pure stories, not this hip hop thing. I took them where I've got so much money and my pants are this and that. You get what I'm saying? When it comes to Jay-Z, the purity of the message is not necessarily where I need it to be. You get what I'm saying? Because art is art, music is music. How effectively do you carry the message across? And what is the message? When I sit down and listen to a Jay-Z song, what do I take away from it? Right? Jay-Z's best song versus let's not even take it to Fela Kuti, to Plenty Nonsense by Femi Kuti. Listen to that song, Plenty Nonsense by Femi Kuti. And see how much you can take away from a song, bro.
So listen now. We spoke about art and identity and relating to different people. I get you fully. How amazing would the world still be if everyone only liked one message, one way of doing things? For instance, Jay-Z might not speak on the stuff that you want him to speak on, right? But he does touch on certain topics, right? I like, maybe it's quite watered down compared to what you're referring to, but I like a song cry, for instance. For me, when it comes to love songs, despite Nas going through more than Jay-Z did with his relationship with Kelly's in regards to our knowledge, because Jay-Z wasn't talking about Beyonce at the time.
Yeah.
So Nas could have been more effective had he had a song cry of someone we know, and he's saying, whatever he did, but he hasn't had that. And maybe he does have a song like that. But how effective is it, and how much does it matter if you are authentic or you're giving the right message, but you're not touching a table to say, yo, bruh, I'm going to change this, or I'm going to do this because he did that. Or Jay-Z showing me horror edge, or vele when money comes in, this is how relationships get affected. When his fame came in. True. I see that. And Jay-Z, I see his fame, as real fame.
But
Nas is famous, but I mean, Jay-Z is undeniable. If Jay-Z has a problem that I think I have, then I don't have a problem.
The issue that we're living in spaces where the entertainment value has become more important than the educational value of the message.
True.
You get what I'm saying? So with me,
for the consumer. So it's up to the consumer to also slow down.
It's not even up to the consumer. Like back to the starch. You get what I'm saying? You prefer starch because you've never had sushi. You get what I'm saying?
Andile, for instance, I fully get you. But there's still a reason why book covers look nice. There's still, we've always, since the beginning of time, we've always put the medicine in the sweets to make it consumable, to make it look nice. And Jay-Z just does it well. He does it so well that, you know what I mean? Some people forget about the message.
True.
But a lot of people remember the message, and a lot of people are influenced by Jay-Z. Even artists will say
I love that you
have learned from this guy. You know what I'm saying?
I love that you use the medicine analogy. How we've put the medicine inside the sweets. Now we junkies of nonsense. You get what I'm saying? We need to be very we are artists. I think as artists, the standard is much higher for us than it would be for a normal someone. You get what I'm saying? Because we're exposed to the art, we studied the art.
True.
You get what I'm saying?
Be as impressionable.
You get what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. That understanding where we are as a people, understanding what issues we are facing. Maybe the medicine, the medicine that is Jay-Z has become an addiction over something that would have been. Something that would have been more pure. You get what I'm saying? So it's very important that we not value that type of stuff over what our kids need.
Prioritize. We still need to prioritize that. I think I get it fully now. What you're saying. I think from how I'm looking at it more from the purpose of the art, and the purpose of the art in most cases. Is the consumer, at least to the consumer, it looks that way. But you're right. When it comes to most artists, the purpose of the art isn't the consumer. True. Like you said, you're doing it from a pure source. So the best compliment an artist could ever get is from other artists.
But you know.
So
yeah, true.
That's why you are saying to me that, as artists, when we're consuming it and whatnot, Jay-Z is not the best. We can't learn as much as we should to continue being the best artist.
And you need to understand that we really don't have a sophisticated consumer. Our consumer is unsophisticated at all, and it's our fault. It's our fault as artists, because one of the things that an artist needs to do is they need to educate their consumer. For example, handmade is worth more in the fashion space than just what comes from China, because those that consume handmade understand what went into making this piece. You get what I'm saying? So I think we have lazy consumers, we have lazy buyers, we have. That's why the demand for fake is so high. That's why Instagram is so successful. We fall in love with illusions and not the actual thing.
Okay. No. Sealed. I'll allow you now with your Jay-Z views. Yeah, I get where it's coming.
And the thing is, I really like Jay-Z, but he's not the standard. He's not the best of us.
It shouldn't be that. Yeah, it's similar. Like Jay-Z is my top 3. Lupe,
bro,
used to be there.
No, if you listen to the new project, what are you talking about?
Listen.
Yeah,
but I hear you fully.
So, your top. Who's your top 3? Like top 3. Let's say rappers, because we're not gonna take it.
It's really very influenced because I have older brothers, so I always listened to DMX growing up. Yeah, it's for me. It's not about specifics. It's not about lyricism or whatever, but that's my top 3 originally. Jay-Z, Lupe, and DMX. Style-wise, they're all different.
I think
so. It's not about, you see, if you get what I'm trying to say, because I'm someone who's like, even vocals. I'm not gonna. If I have to listen to these 3 guys on an island, I can. I'm not stuck with style.
I'd actually go with
this guy's voice sounds like this. This one's rough. This one's
true.
I have that versatility.
I think the greatest rapper of all time is Common Sense. Followed by Lupe, and then Common Sense, Lupe, and then the Wu-Tang Clan. Collectively, I'd like to put him in number 3. So a common, undoubted.
His music makes me sleep, man.
Bro,
I like a favorite song of mine is G.O.D. God, with CeeLo Green.
And don't remember he killed Ice Cube too. That Vaseline joint was hard.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, thank you, my brother.
Without, man.
Wait, man, this was lovely, man. Thanks a lot.
We definitely need to do this again.
A few more times. Thanks again, Maji.
Shout out, bro.
Any last parting words?
I shout out to my mom. Shout out to God.
How's that?
Yeah, shout out to the CC Church. Bahulu.
How's?
Net.
Hey, so you wanna exit with that?
But you going to the wrong place. Sounds like bro. These singers, bro. Bagakuba was it.
Okay, it's hard, yeah. Okay. Oh, wait, that was Andile, man. I
What
enjoyed
up,
this
man?
one.
Shout out. Thanks for having
Thank you, Andile. Thank you, everyone, for listening up. Yeah, man. Meet you guys here again next time. This was another episode of Delite Side of Life. Peace.